All right, so today, 18th of August, 2011, which is Thursday at Barton. Uh, I felt like I saw a lot of maturity in the babies today. Definitely, I put in my journal where I said breakfast today was just this side of perfect. I mean, they came in, they seemed to know exactly what to do. Um, they even went to their lockers and came back unmonitored, completely unmonitored. I was so impressed and so encouraged. Um, I have to make sure though that I deliberately tell them that in the moment. I mean, if any of them would have seen me and overheard the conversations I was having with Miss Laney, they would have known. But I didn't take the time to tell them, and I want to make sure I do that. Let's see other problems for practice today. Um, Jeremiah Bell, a child I mentioned before, we had a pretty good day. He focused for much of the day. He had a meltdown later in the day, but he hadn't focused for that long all year. That long being to approximately one, maybe two or so. But even though, I did work with him one on one for most of the day, um, I did feel like it was another moment where I was reminded that I don't yet have the reserve of patience to work with special needs children or children that need a lot of extra support. Because if we're talking about physically challenged, that hasn't been an area where I have the same problems with patience. It's with the mentally delayed, those kinds of challenges that I find to be challenging for me. Um, just not knowing how to explain um, and transfer that knowledge in a way that they can produce work that is high quality. Um, that that poses a problem for me, and I have very little patience. I have very little patience, even though outwardly it may not show. Inside, I am exploding with impatience, and I'm not sure if I want to change that. I'm not sure if I should change that. I don't know. That's definitely something to think about. Um, I did choose my two children that I'm going to be focusing on. Both of them, if I remember correctly, are new to Barton. Both of them are picked up very regularly by their guardians. So I'm going to use that as an opportunity to set up the meet and greet and the home visit if they are willing and open. Um, Conversations with Miss Laney have been pretty good. I mean, we've been, able to talk over some things today. I definitely feel like we had a very interesting debrief session. We talked about discipline, brought up the warm um, Demander article. It was interesting though, because in that moment, I think I realized that I have a problem with what Nick said about how, um, I can't remember the exact reference, but I assume that it had to do with uh, capital punishment or the use of beatings with children um, as raising these children to be criminals. Um, you know, that's definitely one of those statements that indicts you and your parents and their parents, at least um, in in my context, right? I mean, it does indict my whole family, um, and I'm not sure if we have any more share of criminals than every family has. Um, so I think that means that I will be talking to him about that in the car on the way there. Just that ask him to unpack that a little bit more. I am exhausted, um, completely exhausted. Um, Lately, not wanting to go in has nothing to do with emotional trauma. It has everything to do with the fact that I'm just tired, and I don't want to go in because I'm tired. I would love to sleep, but that's okay. That is what it is. Tomorrow, I will be reading the Junkyard Wonders and doing um, friendship bracelets. We'll see how that goes. I'm actually thinking about doing something a little bit more involved for like after school, maybe, but I don't know. Um, this one wasn't that intense or extraordinary, but you know, Hopefully, it gives more insight into my thoughts and where I'm going with this. Um, Signing off.